Hi you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Breakthrough with me, your host, Timmons. After traveling to Europe for about 2 weeks, but prior to that being in Colorado, and after the trip to Europe, I was in Colorado for about another 7 days. So what is that, like almost a month of traveling? A lot of people were pretty surprised by the amount of luggage I brought because it wasn't that much. So I thought I would bring an episode to you about how to pack for long trips. I'll have some pictures that will be shown separately than this in YouTube that you can see as far as how I folded things. I also did a video showing you that everything is actually inside the suitcase that I'm talking about. And then I had some clips where I show you some of the clothes as well. But anyway, so I think one big thing that I learned from traveling is that the more I can dial down how much I'm bringing with me, then I can really center in on being in the place. The less I buy, the more things I can go do. And then again, the less I have to carry, right? So those are kind of some big things that I think about when I travel. So when I was in Costa Rica, I brought the same amount of stuff. And so I challenged myself, hey, when I go to Europe, I'm going to bring only a backpack and also a suitcase. So my backpack is a gym backpack. None of this is sponsored, FYI. My backpack is a gym backpack by Flag Nor Fail, and it's really a quality gym backpack, but also it has so many separate components to it, and the straps are really nice that it makes a really good traveling bag as well. Hand-stitched leather, or I don't know if it's hand-stitched, but it's leather, it's thick, and there's separate compartments. At the last day of our trip, we were in Iceland and I needed to pack my bathing suit. There was a separate compartment for that backpack there. So that in itself, really look at your luggage. I wanted one carry-on and one backpack because we were flying, we were on trains, we were in taxis, we were in Ubers, we were on a boat taxi. So yeah, less is more. I did go shopping as well. This dress behind me is something that I purchased, so I did buy some things, but one thing about this dress is that I bought it in Venice and it's super thin. So that means I can fold it and pack it really well. It didn't take up a lot of space, and it added an outfit that I could wear while I was there because in Rome it was even hotter than Venice, and a couple of the outfits that I had from France were a lot thicker because of the rain and so forth. So this actually came in handy. But yeah, this is one piece that I bought while I was there. Another piece that I bought is this leather bag. I needed a new work bag and I went to a shop in Rome, and it's Italian leather. It's really light. I was able to roll it and put it inside my Flag Nor Fail backpack, and so it didn't take up room either. But it also, I like that it's simple. I like that you can tie these, and there's nothing inside. Well, there's one little pocket that you can put like a chapstick in, or your phone. My phone kind of hangs out of it, but everything else is open. So for a work bag, I can just throw my laptop right in there. As far as like shoes, I bought these when I went to Costa Rica and they're still fine. I bought them at Ross. So they were cheap, but what was cool is I can wear these with black, I can wear these with shorts, I can wear these with a skirt, I can wear them with a dress. So they really worked well, but they are very thin. So the day in Venice that I wore these on the cobblestone, it did hurt my feet a little bit. Then I brought these shoes and people laugh at me, but I'm telling you, these jelly shoes. And the jellies from the 1980s are not the jellies of today. The jellies in the 1980s were hard on your feet. These are really bendy. And what I loved is walking on the cobblestone in Venice and Rome. These were great. When it was really hot outside, the plastic did not stick to my feet. They have perfected the jelly. And I want to give a shout out to Karen Britchick because she was buying jellies in her home of like St. Lucia, I believe it was. And it got me thinking, ooh, maybe that would be a good thing to try. So I bought these from Target. I know people are not shopping at Target anymore for human rights and equality. So that's where I got these, and they worked really well. And then another key item that I brought with me was a fan. This one is super little, and I think I bought this when I was in San Francisco, and it's really teeny. When I was in Costa Rica, Terry and Chandra brought these as gifts for us, and so it really really reminded me to bring this one when I went to Europe. If you are thinking about who are Terry and Chandra and Costa Rica, I have an entire episode of that, of how I went on a trip with them and their company, so I will tag that below. So this fan came in really handy when I was waiting in line to get into the basilicas in Venice, when I was inside the Vatican. Oh my gosh, this was a lifesaver inside the Vatican. And again, it's super little, so I wasn't fanning everybody else. I was just fanning myself, and it was super easy to put into a fanny pack or a little pouch because you don't want to carry a whole bunch of stuff with you. That worked really well. And I also had a silk scarf that folded up really small so that I could wear that when I went into the basilicas. I bought mine off of Amazon, and I had some that my grandmother passed down to me that I wore in my hair when I went to the Louvre in Paris, so that was really nice too. But I can link, how you buy those. And then another item I bought when I was in Rome, I bought this hat, which is such a travel hat, right? But I wear hats a lot when I'm hiking and so forth, and so I ended up buying this, and then I just tuck it into my bag and set it in on top of items. So that's a good hack. It fits really well. Hats, baseball caps fit really well in corners when you're packing. So that is a good one. Also, a couple other tips. I'm going to show you some other jewelry that I bought, but I want to save that. A couple other tips that I didn't think about. I had Bluetooth earbuds that I brought with me, and when I was on the second leg of my Icelandic flight from Iceland back to America, I was on a plane that did not have Bluetooth enabled headsets, and they actually charge for any headsets. They charge for a lot of things. I don't know about Icelandic Air. You can't even get a peanut or a pretzel or nothing for free with them. But I ended up having to buy for $4 these earbuds, so I didn't have to. The first 4 hours of the flight from Rome to Iceland, I didn't get a headset. I just kind of dealt with it. And then when I was flying the 8-hour leg from Iceland to America, I caved in and I bought a $4 pair. But what I would say is, as a traveler, keep an old-fashioned pair of headphones in your bag. That was a good lesson learned for me. That was a good one. I don't want to spend $4. And what's crazy is, when we had been going on tours to the Vatican and the Louvre, everyone gives you headsets, and then when you try to give them back with the microphone, they're like, no, that was in your ears. So I had gotten 4 headsets along the way, and then I ended up spending $4 on these. $4, Tess, I know, but I don't want to spend $4 on that. I'd rather get a croissant or something good. Okay. Another one is, I will tag them. It's We Are Married to Travel, and they also are connected with Nomad, travel groups. I found them from my FFT, fellowship with Fund for Teachers. I can tag all of that below if you're a teacher, but I will tag We Are Married to Travel. They are so lovely. They did a talk to us as fellows before our trip, giving us tips of where to go and what to do. And after that talk, I contacted them through Instagram, and they were so lovely to answer all of my silly little questions. And this is one feature that they showed us, which is an international plug. So when you go to the US, it's up top. I don't know if that's hard to see or not. And then when you go to the UK, and then when you go to EU, so you just slide these out, and then it becomes the charger that you need, right? I think that's so brilliant. And then on this side has some chargers as well. And then down here, you've got some porting systems as well. So this is by TESSAN, TESSAN. And I just found this to be super useful. So that's nice. And also, I just have to buy one, and I don't have to buy a whole bunch of others. So that was great, because I want less stuff in my bag, right? That is the theme of this podcast. Say less. Okay, my friend who I went traveling with, Naja, brought these items as a gift for me, and she had already been using them, so she brought them for her as well. And they are serums, and these serums you can get from Walgreens. Super cheap. This one is the vitamin C, and there was another one, but my favorite that I used every single day, so they're small, They are liquid, so I put them in another Ziploc bag so that nothing would leak or anything, and set them up properly. But I really liked the collagen one. I used it every single day, and actually by the end of the trip, I threw it out in Iceland. I was done with it. It was Iceland or Rome. I threw it out, and I love that. I love being able to use it up and get rid of it. Naja brought some facial masks, like sheet masks, one-time use sheet masks, and I brought one-time use sheet masks, and we both didn't know that we brought some for ourselves and some for each other. So we ended up having a ton of sheet masks. However, I think that actually ended up being brilliant, because every night, pretty much every night of our 12, 13 days in Europe, every night we would put a sheet mask on and then fall asleep with it on. And I noticed we were in Paris, and then we were in Venice, and then we were in Rome. And by the time we were in Rome, I was like, my skin's looking good, because you're in so many different climates, and you're also on airplanes, and so those sheet masks, I think that is a brilliant way to go. I would definitely do that again, and not even just traveling. Actually, I need to go to the store and buy some more so that I can have them at least once a week, because we were doing it daily. And I would say you can get those at Ulta, Target, Sephora, online, right? You can get those everywhere. So those are really good tips as far as items to bring. And then, different people pack differently, but I had a pair of kind of checkered, more Gwen Stefani ska type of pants, and black and gray plaid. And so I brought a black bodysuit to go with it. Then I brought a gray long sleeve shirt that could go with it. And then I brought a sleeveless black shirt with a guitar on it. So I could wear those pants with 3 or 4 different shirts and have different looks. Some people like that, and some people don't want that. Some people want an entirely different outfit. But when I'm traveling, I don't want to bring a whole bunch of stuff. So that's one way that I layer. So you'll see pictures of how I layered different outfits on YouTube as well. I did bring some dresses, and then I thought about the fact that I'll bring this strappy dress, and it's very thin. I bought this one, but I had another dress kind of like that too that was very thin. So I had to think about weather in France and rain. I brought an umbrella. I had to make room for it, and I'm so glad I did. That was key. I mean, you could also wear a page boy cap. I used to do that in Seattle and Portland, and just wear a cap, and really you don't need a rain jacket, because I was there in June, so it was quite warm. It would just rain for about 5 minutes and then go away again, but it would happen intermittently. So you don't have to have an umbrella per se, or a scarf in your hair. Any of that would work. Well, I brought a variety of 2 different types of fanny packs. One was olive colored, one was black and white colored, and then I brought a black plain purse that could actually fit my phone. I had one dress that had pockets on it. That was key. Because when I'm traveling, I don't always want to carry everything. So I don't want to, even this size of a bag, I don't want to carry this all the time. I don't want to carry that into the Colosseum. I don't want to carry something this size into the Louvre. I don't want to carry something that size into the Vatican. No. So little small fanny packs that can fit your phone. I mean, this is a gigantic phone actually, but if it can fit this, and then a chapstick, and then my credit card, or if maybe all that stuff's on your phone, and my ID, then I'm pretty good to go. When we were in Venice, we took a ferry to Murano, Burano, and Torcello, and that was one of my favorite days in Venice by far. And so when we got off in Murano, I bought these earrings, and I thought they were really, first of all, they're light as in weight. They're also a gold color, so they go with a lot of stuff, and I just thought they were cute. And actually they were on sale, which I didn't even count on that. Yeah, universe. But what I really loved is I wasn't buying from a vendor in Venice that was just on the side street selling keychains and other stuff. I was buying in Murano from the actual blowing glass artist. So those are earrings that I bought. And then also in Murano, well, let me get this on. Also in Murano, I bought this bracelet. I really like the color green, and it's very simple to be put on my wrist. And also packing wise, dude, these things are little. And so they wrapped them up for me and put them in like tissue paper, and then I was able to just tuck these items, really small items, into my backpack. So that was really nice. So then from Murano, we took the boat over to Burano. I love Burano. I love it there. So if you see on my Instagram page, I have on a green dress. I bought that dress in Costa Rica. It's like this, very thin. It's got some straps to it. There's a picture of me on Instagram where I'm with a whole bunch of colorful homes, and then I have that dress on, and that's Burano. It's beautiful. And now, in the combination of the fact that we were on a ferry, we were out on the water, it was hot, it was daytime, and when we landed there, that was the first gelato I had ever in Europe. And so I had a lemon gelato, 1 scoop of ice cream. It was divine. I bought a skirt as well. Oh, shoot, I forgot to put it over here. I bought a khaki skirt from a local vendor there, which was nice. And then I also went around the corner and there was an artist, and her shop, I'm gonna look it up. It starts with an E, and I'll put it in the show notes. But I'm going to show you some pieces that I bought from her. I think they're really special. The cool thing was I got to meet with her. She had like the greatest like glasses on. She was divine. I'll put a picture up. And you take this tube and you take it off. And if I could do it right now, that'd be great. Okay, you take that off and then you put it on your wrist. And she was telling me that if it doesn't fit, it does fit mine, but if it doesn't fit, you can simply chop off some of the tubing. And so I got this bracelet. I always travel with jewelry. Actually, I wasn't going to buy any jewelry on this trip. I really wasn't, because I was just unpacking at my new place and I was like, oh, I have jewelry that I barely ever wear. But I have 2 bracelets that I always rock. I always wear them when I'm traveling and basically everywhere. They're starting to get old because I've had them for like 10 years. But I wear 2 bracelets and I wear the same pair of earrings. I learned that lesson. And I always have to remind myself of that lesson when I'm traveling. I don't want to spend time like with these earrings and this necklace and this thing. And I know there's a lot of styling involved and it makes your outfits look great. I get it. But also with jewelry, that's a lot of weight to carry. And honestly, even when I do bring a whole bunch of that stuff, I did that on one trip to Napa, and I ended up wearing the same earrings every time because I was kind of sick of looking through everything else. So anyway, I got this bracelet because my bracelets are getting old, and I was on the hunt for a blown glass ring. I used to have one that my mom had brought me when she went to Venice. I don't know what finger I'm supposed to wear this on, but and I wore the crap out of that ring. It ended up breaking. But anyway, so I ended up getting a ring. So I was super glad that I found this one. It's a light purple shade. It's very smooth, which I love. It's very comfortable to wear. And so I knew I was going to buy a ring. Like, I knew going there that was on my journey. So sometimes it's nice to know that one thing that you really want. So I bought these from the artist. And then I also bought from her these as well. And they're so cute and they're so sparkly, and you get a whole ring of them for just like a few dollars. So I thought that would be really nice because I like that sparkle. Obviously I haven't worn any of this yet, but I'm super excited to. So I hope that helps when you're thinking about packing. More is less. Leave room to buy a few items, but buy like a few items. And actually I got like a t-shirt that says Italy on it. I did get a couple other things. So I got a skirt, a dress, this jewelry, the baseball cap, and 2 t-shirts. So I did also shop, and I would say like know what jewelry you specifically want to bring and be happy about it. I brought 3 pairs of shoes. I have a sneaker, those jellies, and the strappy sandal, and that was plenty. The sandals also, when you zip it down, it flattens and it doesn't ruin the shoe. So all of this could be very flat. Woohoo! That is such a saver when you're packing. Yeah, I hope all of that helps because travel is so important. I value it so much, and I hope that you have a great time on your next trip, and let me know how your next trip goes and how much luggage did you bring. All right, have a great time. Share this with anyone, and happy travels to you. All right, catch you next time. Bye.